Hey, I'm JD. Welcome to my channel. What do I have here? I have a very beautiful old lathe. So just have to excuse me. It's in the morning. I'm sitting on a chair right now and I'm trying to figure out how to videotape this without waking up my wife. So I've got the headstock here, and of course it's able to clamp down like that. And it has the pin here which goes into the spindle, and the spindle locks, and this is for doing things like making stems for your watch and things where you need to lock it and turn it and then lock it and turn it. So you can also have attachments to make gears, like watch gears. So that's how that works. So we just put that in place right here. Push that in. We just zoom in a bit here. There we go, a little bit better. So it's in beautiful condition. This, if I turn the spindle, you'll see that there are no marks at all on these. Usually, oh, there's one little tiny one right there. Usually when you see these old lathes, they've got chunks missing from the spindle. I've actually used a special type of plastic to replace the chunks before. But this is in mint condition, right? So there it is. So going this way, I've got a collet in the end of it right now. So it's a small collet. So this is an 8mm lathe. So I can't remember the distance between the lathe bed and the actual collet. It's like 50mm, I think, is the distance, or 50.2 maybe. And here's the tip over tool rest. And the way that works is that you just do this and you tip it back. So that's also in mint condition. So now we're going to look at what's really special about this lathe. And it came with I would say this is a drilling attachment. And there's a few things here with this drilling attachment. There's a couple of knobbies on the other end. I'm going to flip this lathe around and try not to kill myself. Just flip it around like this so you can see the knobbies on the end. So there they are. Oh God, make a mess of myself. Just make sure this whole lathe doesn't fall on the ground. That would be very upsetting. So there we go. So on this side here, you've got this attachment here, which is used for drilling, as you can see. And I think what you need to do here is you need to, first of all, you need to lock this in. And you can lock it in this way or this way. But the lock itself, if I just pull that out, see if I can pull that out. Just remove that like this, and then take this lock. And there it is there. And there's an indent, as you can see on that, and that indent holds that in place. So just put that right back in there and rest it. And then here's the drilling attachment. It's in really good condition. I believe that fits a tapered drill chuck, so that would be a Morse taper of probably around 3 that you'd need to put in there, so you can try different tapers. And you can make your taper on the lathe. And here's this part here that just, there it is, levers back and forth. So this goes in here. I don't know how many millimeters thick this is. Maybe it's a 7, which is standard. So you do that. Now your lathe tailstock is already locked here. And so you just need to lock this before you can use it. So you push it in like that. And then you lock it in place. You push it up like that, and that locks it. And once it's locked, here you go. So you have the drilling attachment. And this would just meet the headstock here and be able to be used for drilling small components. You get this tip over tool rest in place. So in general, this lathe is in just mint condition. It has the traditional stand is one stand. If you really wanted to use this with a motor and have it portable, you'd put it on a Burrell stand. Of course, you've got to have your cord, your belt woven in there. So this had a belt on it, but I'll likely take that belt off because I make belts out of leather. and don't use those. So it was a great find. It was at a local tool place called Cardon, C-A-R-D-O-N. You can look that up online. They have a website, and every now and then the gentleman has some watchmaking stuff in there, but it's very rare he does. And I went in there the other day, and he said, I just started chatting with him. I bought some very high-end tweezers from him, from Italy. And he said, oh, I got a jeweler's lathe in the back. I said, oh, can I have a look at it? He said, sure. And this says Peerless on one side. So I look on this side, it says Peerless, made in the USA. And then the other side, this side here says Marshall. So that is kind of, I looked it up, and I think Marshall was the company and Peerless was one of their lathes. And they made Peerless lathes after the war to support soldiers learning a new skill when they got back from the war. So there's a beautiful, beautiful headstock on this thing. I just love it. So I'm going to disassemble this lathe, and I'm going to clean it, make sure that the cone bearings are good in here, and clean these and then oil it up. And I use synthetic 0W20 oil on the lathe. And this thing will be working really well. I just love this piece here. This is like gold, Jerry, gold. So thanks for watching my videos. This is just a quick look at this beautiful Marshall Peerless lathe.